Hello, everyone. This is Doug Davis, broker in charge at Crombie Realty, and here with another Ask Doug. And if you're enjoying these, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And um, love to hear from you if you have questions along the way. So today I wanted to talk about short-term versus long-term rentals and if it's worth doing short-term rentals and where we're at with the government here and in terms of changing the laws on short-term, long-term, and what they're after. So, okay, so here it is. Short-term is currently anything under 30 days. So under 30 days, like daily rental, weekly, but under 30 days, that's short term. You can only do that in certain zoned areas that like hotel zoning, resort commercial, but not in single family neighborhoods that they've really have started all sorts of laws to ensure that there's not Airbnb doing daily rentals in any neighborhood that's not appropriately zoned. The city tried to do 90-day or less, but that was they were sued and they lost. So they're back to 30 days or less again. And they'll probably be trying for 6 months or less, and they'll do that through zoning laws which they are enacting laws now to give teeth to the counties so they can enforce residential versus commercial activities. So anyway, what we wanted to talk about is what we currently have today, and that's 30 days or less or long term. And long term is considered 6 months or longer. So if you are doing anything less than 6 months, you have a couple of extra taxes that you have to pay. So if you do long-term rental, you're obligated to pay a gross excise tax of 4.5%. And this would be for the island of Oahu. It's 4.5% on all goods and services, including rentals. So your gross monthly take on a rent would be taxed at 4.5%. Okay, so if you go below 6 months, then you are taxed with a transient accommodation tax, which is currently at 10.25 or 10.25%. And if you are on Oahu, you also have a 3% Oahu transient accommodation tax. So those three for under 6 months on Oahu, that's 17.75%, almost 18% tax right off the gross. Okay, and then if you do short-term rentals, you're gonna have more cost, like cleaning, maid service, perhaps more repair and maintenance type cost, handyman, um, extra cleaning kind of things, touch up paint, that sort of thing. So, and then perhaps your biggest one will be vacancies. So our peak times in Hawaii are winter, which would be starting mid-December to the end of March. That's our peak season. Lots of winter visitors come here to stay in the warm weather and wait out the cold forever, wherever they might be living, and then go back after that. So you can get good rents at that time period. The other would be summer, June to the beginning of September. And then in between is our low time, and that's when your highly likely to have a vacancy. So you might get higher rents for the winter and summer, but then that's all lost if you can't fill the downtimes in between. So then you have to weigh whether, do I do all this extra work for short term, or do I just do long term, put someone in there for a year or two, and then not have to think about it, and not have transient accommodation tax, Oahu accommodation tax, and your maintenance, your management fee would go down considerably as well. Doing short term, generally that's a 20% management fee for that. If it's long term, annual, it would be 10%. So um, almost 18% for tax, 20% management fee, vacancy, um, a big unknown on how you might be able to fill those downtimes, and your cleaning and that sort of thing. And then, of course, you have real property tax and insurance and those sorts of things. So unless you have a property that gets substantial rent, uh, or versus having, say, just a little condo in Waikiki, a studio, one bedroom, that sort of thing, where the rent is not that substantial, it's probably best to do long-term rental. And I think that's what the government is trying to push everything towards anyway. They're trying to get rid of vacant units by, they've tried to pass a 3% real property tax increase on vacant units. That's in advance at the moment, but I'm sure that'll come back up again, and they'll try to pass that. Uh, they are wanting to, um, they've taxed out of state owners, higher real property tax. There a number of strategies to make it more unpalatable to own real estate here if it's not put in the rental market for local residents here. They need to build more property. They need to build more condos and high rises and that sort of thing, but they're just not meeting demand, not even close. So it's occupancy here is an issue. So just got to do your numbers if you're thinking of doing long versus short term, and see if that's worth it for you. Um, and hope that gives some room for thought there. All right, and that's it for today. If you have any real estate needs, buying, selling, or property management, love to hear from you. Keep the questions coming until next week. Thanks so much.